So, guys, I'll just tell you about the background. Since 2016, when I went to a trip to South America, I had covered all the 6 continents, having a travel bug in me. So I wanted to travel to Antarctica, which was the 7th continent. And it was not so easy, as to go to other countries and other continents like Europe and Australia. Antarctica was a tough job. From India, I could not find anyone to accompany me. There was not a single group also going over there. And when I came to US, here also, I could not find a suitable companion, and my wife would not let me go alone. She had the health issues and she was scared that I will damage myself in a hazardous trip to Antarctica. Well, I'm thankful to Subhash Thali Ramani. We lovingly call him Thali, who finally accepted to accompany me for this mission. And we started preparing for our Antarctica trip right since March 2024. We fixed up a tour operator, we fixed up an agent, we booked our air tickets, we made an itinerary, and finally on 6th of November, we flew from west to Buenos Aires, which is the capital of Argentina. And for my friends in India, I can tell you that visa to Argentina is free, but you have to apply and get it. And Argentina is a beautiful country. If given a chance, you must visit it. And my journey starts when we went to Buenos Aires. And Thali met me there. And from Buenos Aires, the tour operator had fixed up Hotel Hilton for us. And we had a very comfortable night there. And very early morning, on 7th of November, we started through a chartered flight, Alba Star. You can see it. And with this chartered flight, we came to Ushuaia, that's the southernmost city of Antarctica, and the port also, where all the boats, all the ships go to Antarctica. At Ushuaia, we had a city tour, and the most famous place in Ushuaia is the national park called Tierra del Fuego. It's a very large park and covering Argentina as well as Chile. So full of lakes, very dense forests, beautiful landscapes. You can please keep on watching, I'll be talking and giving you pictures also at the same time, okay? So see the density of the trees. Here I am with Hali. And finally, after the tour, we come to the World Traveler, our ship that takes us to Antarctica. On 8th of November, the ship sailed around 6 o'clock in the evening, and we started our journey. We were very eager and excited because it was like going to a big adventure. In the ship, we were given a very warm welcome. It was almost like being treated as Baratis. They welcomed us with champagne and I don't know how many snacks.
So Bhanjan, what shipping company was this? I didn't get the name. Is it Royal Caribbean? What shipping company did you go with?
Atlas Voyager.
Atlas.
And the name of the ship was World Traveler.
Oh, okay. Never heard of them. Okay. They must be specializing in Antarctica.
Yeah, there must be so many names, but it was a luxury liner, and our staterooms were very luxurious, as you can see.
This is
Bathrooms
a
were
ship owned by Portuguese Indian guy. He has this company called Atlas Ocean Voyages, and he has
yes.
he has 3 ships, and this is one of them. It's only 2 years old and very luxurious now.
Okay, thanks.
On the same day, when we went there, we all gathered in the main hall, and we were given a briefing about the life belt and what will be the expedition like. So here you can see we are given a very good briefing. And after the briefing, during the briefing, we were also told that there were about 160 travelers from all over the world. And 89 of those were from United States. 11 were from India. And like that, you can see the list. So Denmark, Germany, Mexico, China, Canada, Australia, from everywhere, there were all kinds of people in the age group of about 25 to 82. Then we came up the top deck, deck number 7. The view was excellent. Here you can see our thali relaxing. Here they had a very beautiful, elegant bar.
But the bar is empty though.
Yes, in the ship, we were given free drinks, top of the line, unlimited drinks, 24 hours. And finally, the ship is sailing. And after traveling for about 40 hours in the Drake Passage, the passage that takes us to Antarctica is called Drake Passage. This was found out only about 200 years ago. And now most of the tour operators take this Drake Passage for reaching Antarctica.
Shankar, can you mute everybody?
Yes, please mute everyone.
I don't know if he has given me that.
You can ask Mukri to turn it off. His music, his TV is on.
Excuse me, somebody is talking. Can everybody mute themselves, please? Hello?
No, it's a Shamlal maybe. Shamlal and Mukri.
No, sir, I am dead silent.
Okay,
Dead
so
silent.
must be Mukri has a TV in the back.
Mukri, are you there? Can you mute yourself, please? I think
Okay.
it's quiet. Bhanjan, you can go now. Let's see.
Okay. So after traveling for about 40 hours in the Drake Passage, it was the first sight of the icebergs. You can see these small white dots. These are the first sight of the icebergs in the morning of 10th of November. And there were a number of those, see? Today is 10th of November. We are approaching Antarctica land. And before approaching, there are so many icebergs. Oh my God. See? It's like a heavy traffic. We are passing through heavy traffic.
What is that hissing sound in the coming?
That's the engine of the ship is
Oh.
Shankar, I wanted to know if this video got well. When
Yeah.
the sound was clear and the picture was clear. I'm not sure about it. That's why I'm asking you.
Picture was clear. The sound was a hissing sound. But
So I think the sound of the engine. By the
Yeah.
way,
That's-
the Drake Passage that we crossed is
Because
about
I took this picture from the deck on the ship, and
Hmm.
so it must be very windy. And I tell you, I'm not a professional photographer too, so please don't mind the quality of the pictures or the sound
No,
or any such thing.
so
Please
far you
excuse
have
me
done
for
very
that.
well, Bhanjan. Very good pictures.
Thank you.
Very good.
So this Drake Passage is 500 miles long, but
Yeah,
it can
it's
be
about
really-
500 miles long and about 300 miles in the width, and there's And
And it
most of
can
the
be
people
very,
who
very
go to
choppy.
expeditions use these passes.
It can be very choppy, and going, we had no problem.
It
But
was like going through a lake when we went there, but when we came back, oh my God, the passage showed its true colors, right,
a lot
Thali?
of people had,
Remember?
lot of
Anyway, I will
people
come to that when we return from the trip.
anyway.
Now we are almost approaching the islands. Oh, before that, I will just tell you that during the Drake Passage, we were given a solid drill about what to wear, when to wear, and how to proceed for our excursions. We were given allotted, such heavy outfit. Big 3-layer clothing was required to fight out the bitter cold out there. And we were given very heavy snow boots, life belts, this parka, jacket, and everything. It sounded like we have added some 20 pounds on our body. And with all that weight, we were given the training how to do all the excursions, what do's and don'ts were told about us, to be
Hmm.
brief about it. So you can see the kind of gear I'm wearing. Everyone had to go through this drill of coming to the mud room, wear all these clothes, and get ready to board the Zodiac boat, the rubber boats, which from ship will take us to the land.
Hmm.
Like this. These are the Zodiac boats, helped by a driver, and people are sitting like this. You can see Thali and others without any railing, without any support, and it was it used to be very cold, windy, chilly. There was a big snowfall too most of the days. Very few days which were clear in the weather, so we had a tough time. Anyway, these are the Zodiacs, and then we reached the first landing, that was the Yankees Harbor, all snow clad. And I'll tell you about Antarctica. 98% of the Antarctica land, which is about 5.5 million square miles, is covered by ice. 98% of it.
Hmm.
So anywhere we would go, we have to walk on the snow, ice. There is no bare land available. This was our first trip. And see, look at Thali. And look at the penguins in the background. This was our first sight of the penguins, and later on we saw so many penguins, we got bored of them, to be very frank. There are more than 5 million penguins in the whole of Antarctica, by the
Wow.
way. And there are about 18 species of penguins. And I don't remember the names. I was told so many names of these species too, like emperor, king, and what, gentoo, and I don't know. Thali may be knowing more about them.
No, I don't like. I remember what is it? The chain. The chain.
What, Thali? What?
Some chain penguin. They had a
Chain strap.
chain. It was a chain strap. Yeah, sorry,
Chin
chain strap.
strap, yes, chin strap. Sorry about that. There are so many names. Anyway,
So how cold was it there where you are standing?
it
Temperature
was
was
the beginning of summer, so sometimes the weather would be from -4 to -1 degree centigrade.
Hmm.
And it was the summertime, remember. So I will tell you here, Antarctica is the coldest region on the Earth. The temperature goes in the middle of the area, minus up to -89 degrees centigrade.
Hmm.
And it's the windiest also, because the winds on open lands go from 240 to 320. And the area of Antarctica is about 5.5 million square miles. It's equal to USA and Mexico area taken together, and more than double the area of Australia,
Wow.
more than area of entire Europe. So it's a vast land.
Hmm.
And when we do the cruising, we can only touch a few spots on the coastal areas. That's it. We can't go deep into the interior, we have to remain to the anchor to the ship, right? If we want to go deep into expeditions, you'll have to go by air. And then we will not have any facilities and so many things, it's very, very hazardous. Only explorers and some highly determined people go over there. And even today in Antarctica, there are about 18 countries. Their scientists are doing research work and they have the permanent stations. They are in different places, different points of Antarctica. I was told about that. If you want to go to South Pole, which is the center of Antarctica, you have to go by air only.
Mm.
And of course, it's very expensive. It will cost you more than $60,000-$70,000 for just going there and coming back.
Mm.
Yeah.
And so here we are, Yankee Harbor, and then we went to for 7 days we'll be traveling. This will be our routine. Morning, get back to the mudroom, there was a regular drill of wearing our gumboots and life belt and jackets and this thing, and then get down to the Zodiac, and from Zodiac we go to the different island, different landing, different harbors. And every harbor more or less they have beautiful landscapes, one thing, and too much of ice, second thing, and too many penguins, third thing. These three things were common to almost every board landing we did. I'll show you.
What are these markers?
Sorry?
There are some markers like, traffic toll points, small.
Those are orange cones that.
We'll talk after the video is over.
There's a sea sleeping there. Oh my God. See, like a group.
You were asking me something?
Ravi, those are orange markers.
Yeah,
put-
orange markers I'll tell you about. They say the island or any land is covered with so much of ice and snow that we don't know as a newcomer where the snow is so pulpy and we will just go down. It's very dangerous also. Some places the ice will give in, and then we can go deep as 60 feet. So they have to give us these orange cones, the markers where we are not supposed to go beyond that.
Yeah,
Just for that.
guide markers,
Yes.
so that you don't get lost and you follow those back to the ship.
Yes. And also we were told that we have to keep ourselves 5 meters away from penguins, 10 meters away from seals, and I don't know, 25 meters or more away from whales. Unfortunately, we could not see any whales, but we did see so many seals and penguins, of course. The best part of it was that many of us who were senior citizens in the age group of 77, 78, 80. For us, it was quite tough, to walk with heavy snow boots in the snow and to climb up the steep cliffs, hills, just to have a better look of the penguins or better look of the landscape. But myself and Thali, we avoided, climbing up all those hills, preserved our energy, and we just kept on looking at the penguins. Anyway, Next day we go to Deception Island. You can see these storage tanks. 150 years ago, there was a big craze of whale hunting. And whale hunters used to go and hunt whales and store their whale oil in these storage tanks. Later on, of course, they were banned, and there were bigger controls exercised by the mutual treaty where so many things were done, and rules and regulations were formed how to go to Antarctica, what to do there, what not to do there, like that. So this was one of the islands where we could see this. Landscapes are beautiful, very eye-catching. It was freezing cold. When we go to the Zodiac, it was snowing very well, snowing so heavily. It was very tough for me to shoot anything, to take a video with my heavy waterproof gloves, and it is snowing and it is so cold and the Zodiac is moving so fast. So, and I'm not an expert professional photographer, as I told you. See this, just watch this.
Now we are encircling Deception Island. It is a beautiful view. Wow. Come.
Every day, weather permitting, our captain of the ship will he will not announce it before 12 hours before we actually did. So the weather permitting, he will take us to a different site. Sometimes it will be a harbor, sometimes it will be an island, and then will take us to the mainland of Antarctica too. So in everywhere we went, we had this similar sights, penguins welcoming us, beautiful landscapes, snow and icebergs making beautiful patterns. See them. Just I'm giving you, if I tell you about everything and every island, it will be a very, very long time, and I'm not, I don't have that kind of time. So just bear with me.
This is Enterprise Island. I'm standing on the deck and taking a video. Beautiful sight.
Here I wanted to show you, it was most of the times in the morning when we would start, the snowfall would be there, very heavy snowfall and very, very strong chilly winds. And see, we would hardly be able to see anything because of this heavy snow. But even then, I did take some pictures. You can see a seal, a lonely sleep seal there. These are not penguins. These are turned and they can fly. You see this blue color in the snow, in the iceberg. I've told that this blue thing comes because of the compacting of snow. When snow gets compacted, it becomes very old, and for millions of years, these icebergs are there, and this snow is there, this ice is there, and then it forms. Thali will be able to explain it better how this blue color comes. Thali, can you throw some light on this?
Yeah, what they told us is the snow is kind of porous a lot, and then the light passes through that. But as time goes by, it gets compacted, and as it gets compacted, it forms very thick ice, and the color changes to blue. So wherever you see blue color, it's probably, they said, sometimes even a million years old formation of ice from the snow.
Okay, so we come to this is the flag. Here, there is no official flag of Antarctica because Antarctica is not owned by any government or any sovereign country. So just a blue color background, and they show the map of Antarctica, and it is a kind of a symbolic flag of Antarctica. So whenever we reach a particular spot, we can either see a flag or we can get snapped with a flag. That's how it's done. There are no time zones in Antarctica because all the latitudes become zero on the South Pole. So they have decided, all the countries decided mutually that they will enforce their own time zones as per their convenience. Penguins were so many of them. And here you see some seals taking afternoon shower.
You can see the two seals taking shower. Oh yes. Neko fiber.
Oh my God.
Now there are three seals. They're penguins.
Was it cloudy most of the time, or is it sunny too?
Most of the time it was cloudy, and because as I told you, just it was the beginning of summer. So when we go in the first week or second week of November, it's still more of winter than summer, and that's why weather was not so friendly with us, unfortunately. And then the same evening, we have this festival of polar plunge. Polar plunge is a very exciting event, and in that bitter cold, people are given white robes and they were asked to prepare themselves, for plunging into -2 degree temperature of Antarctica Ocean. All these friends are excited. And I'll show you a video of a dear friend of mine, Dr. Gary. He's 72-year-old, and how he's taking a plunge. Just watch it.
So you guys didn't take the plunge?
No, we didn't.
Oh my God.
This guy's crazy. This guy came camping the other night. It was so great. He's game for anything.
-2.
Actually,
really deep when I took it. I was waiting for the air. Yeah. I was waiting for the air. I'm like, where's the air? I don't see it or feel it. It came up.
Did you like it?
Actually, I'll tell you, the plunge was only for 3 to 4 seconds, but it was shocking, when you go into that kind of a weather and that kind of temperature, all of a sudden from the warm comforts of your ship, you plunge into that water. It's really, really shocking at times for the body. So myself and Thali both were diabetic and we had the heart conditions. We were advised not to take a plunge. Although I very much wanted it, but I restrained myself. And here on the Danko Island, I think, I'll show you how we encounter the penguins.
Yeah, now on the Danko Island. See, there are 2 ships today here. This Danko hub is home to hundreds of penguins. See, they are coming and welcoming us. We can't climb up this hill. Many of guys in our group are climbing up. It's not my cup of tea. Oh, in the distance you can see there are penguin colonies. A big herd of penguins right on top. And here too. Hello. Hello. Yeah. With their arms spread, see the way they come and welcome us. Oh my God.
Forward. Forward.
So can you get close to
What are your names?
without?
Come on, 3 of you. Can you tell me your name? Oh, very nice. See? That's their way of saying hello. They are Gentoo penguins. I would say small size to mid size and very friendly. It is a good panoramic view, very scenic. Weather here in the afternoon is much better than in the morning.
Oh, that is right.
This
So how?
is
So
the
Bhanjan,
style
how?
of expeditions. Yes,
Bhanjan,
anybody was asking something?
yeah, I was asking, how close can you get to the penguins?
Actually, we were more ethically, we were asked not to go beyond, we have to keep a distance of 5 meters for penguin. But we took some liberties, as Pilani guys, you can understand.
Especially with Thali and you, right? So
Yeah, yeah. Look at this formations. Can you see the formation of this iceberg just behind me? It looks like a cupcake.
Yeah.
Or mushroom. Yeah. See how clear this ice is. Our driver of the Zodiac gave it to me. And it's so clear, very transparent.
The driver pulled out from the ocean and gave it to it. It is so clear.
zoom call चल रही है.
Shamlal, can you mute please?
क्या चीज दोबारा बताओ?
This morning we are in Harris Island. Only drinking zinc. The gorgeous weather today. Alive?
Yes, it's sleeping. It's just asleep.
Can you stand? Oh yes. Ah, the seal is basking in the sun. Hello.
So cute. Go back. He's just not afraid of you.
I am showing you because of the paucity of time, I can't describe every photo, every island. Every island has a history.
Did you see any evidence of global warming, Bhanjan?
Yeah, I'll tell you about that. Global warming is there, but it will take about 45,000 years.
No,
I'll
not to melt
tell you
the whole
about
thing.
this thing. Antarctica has 70% of fresh water of the world in the form of thick layer of ice, 3 to 4 miles thick. And if all that ice will melt, the sea level will rise to about 60 to 70 meters. So gradually it is because of the global warming, the ice is melting, but at the same time, it is forming also. So it will take very long time. At least we will pass through it, don't worry. Then finally I went to the bridge of the ship, and here we are on the public address system. We were told about if they spot any whales, or if they spot any beautiful sight or any such things. So these bridge people were very informative. So I went there and had a chat with them.
On the bridge of the ship. It's a fantastic experience. Mr. Francisco guided me very well. Okay, I'll just take a video from the bridge.
Finally, after 7 days of excursions in different islands and harbors and mainlands, we returned back to Drake Passage. Here, when we returned back, the ship was so choppy, we were not able to stand straight, and we were walking like penguins with our arms spread and legs spread, and we were walking like that because of too much of force of the waves. And then on the last night, the crew and the staff members of the ship, they gave us a gala evening of entertainment. I've got some 2 videos about that. I'll show you.
how effectively is the temperature control?
I need to know who are they.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got something.
Garud dance, Garud. It was a traditional dance from the staff member. She was from Bali, and it was a Bali's traditional dance. One more video. Finally, our journey was over, our voyage was over, and we landed back to Ushuaia on 19th of November with full of memories, sweet memories. We made many friends like Dr. Gary, I told you, Ross, Michael, so many. We became family. There were a group from India also who were settled in Dubai. We became very friendly with them. Yes, these are the people, from India. Here we are at the airport of Buenos Aires. And that's how our trip to Antarctica ended. Shankar, if you have time, I can tell you about our trip to Argentina also. It will take about 10-15 more minutes.
Yeah, we do, but let's just see if people have any questions about this, and then we can decide. You can get off the screen sharing if you're done with the screen.
Yeah, the Antarctica trip is over, but we spent 3-4 more days in Buenos Aires, and we went to Iguazu waterfalls. We had a city tour of Buenos Aires. So if guys are interested, I can delve upon them, some pictures.
Yeah, we do have time, 15 minutes. But first, are there any questions about that?
Yeah, if there are any questions, I'm there, and Thali is there.
What is the how well is the temperature controlled in the ship?
How
well is the temperature controlled in the ship? I mean,
yeah,
is the
ship,
temperature
Just
The
like
whole-
the temperature is controlled in our houses here.
Acha. In US.
It
Yeah,
was very
yeah,
comfortable
the ships
inside.
are very comfortable, very
Comfortable.
luxurious. I tell you, it was a very luxurious liner. We had a variety of foods, beautiful menus. I mean, there was nothing we could complain about. And the best part of it was that out of 160 guys of all age groups, we went through all those hazardous excursions and not a single accident occurred, not a single person fell ill. This was the
Wonderful.
best part of it. It was such a healthy, clean air and clean environment. And everyone was happy. And there, out of 160 travelers, there were 133 staff members to attend to, almost one-on-one.
The service was just
Yeah,
awesome.
so that was a wonderful part of it. We were attended very well. And I asked everyone how did one feel, and everyone was happy, and Thali will endorse that.
So Bhanjan,
मैं श्यामलाल बोल रहा हूँ सर।
हाँ बोलिए साहब।
अभी मैंने एक अपने ऑर्गेनाइजेशन वालों ने बताया था, डॉक्टर सतीश गुप्ता, हेड ऑफ कार्डियोलॉजी एट माउंट आबू, कि अंटार्कटिका की जो बर्फ है वो करीब 4 किलोमीटर मोटी है। इज इट सो?
हाँ जी, ये 45 मिलियन ईयर से बन रहा है ये बर्फ का।
जी
जम के वहां पे टेम्परेचर माइनस से प्लस में आता ही नहीं है। 45 मिलियन ईयर्स अगो the temperature in Antarctica, I am told, was about 17 degrees centigrade, as good as Melbourne. But
अभी बार बार ये डर दिखाया जाता है कि ये
वहाँ पे है टेम्परेचर बहुत कम है, बर्फ है, there is no vegetation there. वहाँ कोई हरियाली नहीं है, कोई पेड़ पौधे नहीं है।
ये बार बार एक डर दिखाया जाता है कि कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड बहुत निकल रही है, हम लोग कंट्रोल नहीं कर रहे हैं और ये अंटार्कटिका की बर्फ पिघल जाएगी और बॉम्बे डूब जाएगा। ये क्या बात है सर?
आप चिंता मत करो श्यामलाल जी, आपके जिंदा रहते ये नहीं होगा।
हो भी जाए तो दूसरी शिप पकड़ के भाग जाए।
So Bhanjan, I had a quick question. Every morning you get up, you get dressed up, take time to get dressed up, and then you go out.
Yes.
And then you basically see the similar scenes and penguins.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes, that is true. But to an artist's eye, the landscapes were different. The sceneries, the formations, the patterns made by snow and icebergs, they were all different. I mean, a layman could not distinguish, but a person like you will definitely find the difference.
Okay. Yeah, good to know. Okay, if there aren't any questions, we can move on to Argentina. Are there any questions?
Yeah, Shankar, me, Bhargav.
Go ahead.
Bolo.
One is, how was your food itinerary planned? They had announcements or...
I'll tell you, we had a wonderful menus. People from all over the world had gathered there, and so they prepared almost menus from selective menus from almost many countries. For instance, Chinese was there, even Indian dish was there every day in the buffet. Some like chole masala, chana masala, dal makhni, and like that. The last day we had a complete Indian menu. Because the owner of the ship is, I am told, was Mr. Pereira of Indian origin, settled in the US. And we had
every night there was a different menu. Lunch was a different menu.
Yes.
And they had food that we just couldn't believe that such a variety of food was available on a ship. 7 days, 7 nights, different menus.
I'll tell you here. I'll just join. On the first dinner there, I just asked the chef, "Do you have caviar?" And he served me the best caviar of Russian quality. So you can understand, there was nothing that they would not do for you.
How much was the cost per person?
Excellent.
Yeah, per person, I will tell you, the cost would vary. If you say we had bargained, negotiated, and done that. I have been trying to do this for last 10 years. So we had a very nice deal. But today, if you want to go to Antarctica and spend 11 to 15 days over there in excursions, it roughly cost you between $10,000 to $15,000, minimum $15,000 per person.
With a Cindy going with you, you got it for 50% off, right?
No, not 50% off. Even Thali would know we spend more than 10, 11,000
Just kidding.
per
Yes.
person, including our trips to air trips, staying in hotels. We stayed for 4 more days in Argentina and went through Buenos Aires and Iguazu Falls.
Okay, we got a few minutes. You want to switch to Argentina? Go ahead.
Okay, I'll just tell you. After we landed in Buenos Aires, next day we flew to Iguazu. Iguazu has a very world famous waterfalls that can be compared to Niagara. It's on the border of Brazil and Argentina. So we went there and we entered the national park, Iguazu National Park. It's very long, very beautiful. And it was so long we could not travel, so we boarded the train. Here we are in this toy train, and that takes us nearly 2 or 2.5 kilometers away from the falls. This is the Iguazu River. And I'll show you the fall. We are at the world famous Iguazu Falls from the Argentina side. The main feature of the fall is because its width is very long, not the height.
This walkway that we are walking on was about 2 kilometers before we got to the fall.
Niagara की तरह है, but not very high, but very wide.
And it's not as clean.
कुछ 2 kilometer long walkway है.
That's a good picture. Yeah.
Yes.
It's a pretty long fall, isn't it? How long is it?
Around 2 miles.
Yeah.
When we went, immediately after reaching there, unfortunately, it started raining. It was such heavy rain. Me and Thali, there was no protection over there. There was no shelter. So we had to walk in all that torrent of rain for more than 2.5 kilometers.
Wow.
Heavy rain on our return.
Yes. Then finally, next day we came to Buenos Aires and we took up a city tour. The same night we had to fly back to US. So we were in a hurry. Even then we did a nice tour. Buenos Aires is a beautiful city. It's called Paris of Latin America. Very clean, very picturesque, and historical too. There are parks everywhere.
City tour of Buenos Aires.
You didn't run into Messi anywhere, right?
प्रकाश नहीं होते
मैंने बेहोश हो जाते हैं फिर उठ जाते हैं
This is a famous football stadium of Buenos Aires. You might have heard of Maradona.
Of course. Who hasn't?
Did you run into
This
Messi?
is the Congress building. So sorry?
Did you run into Messi there in the football stadium?
Oh, unfortunately, I had no time to meet him.
One of the greatest football players.
Yes. Okay, that completes our pictorial tour. So I hope I was able to give you some information about Antarctica and you could see some scenes. I was
Very
worried I
enjoyable.
would not be able to shoot there because of weather conditions and my hands were shivering. I could not take correct pictures and good pictures, but even then, I think I've done some job.
In that
Any
cold,
questions?
everything will shiver.
Sorry?
Can you
In
get
that
off?
cold, everything will shiver.
Yeah.
Can you get off screen sharing? Then we can see everybody.
Yeah. I'm on my iPhone. I don't think I can go much beyond this.
There you are.
There you go. Thank you.
Thank
Wow.
you. Lovely.
Thank you.
Great,
Wonderful.
great visit.
Thank you, Bhanjan and Thali.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. It was our dream trip because I had been I wanted to go there for the last 10 years and finally thanks to Thali I did it.
So if you guys want to go, we can arrange another tour over there. I'm ready to go again.
And Radhe was also instrumental in inspiring me. He helped me a lot. Thank you, Radhe.
Radhe, you're pretty quiet. I know you made the trip. What are your thoughts?
Oh, it was good. Mine was not as luxury as Bhanjan because he got free drinks. I didn't get a one drink free over there. Yeah. And my roommate was from Wales. He was from Great Britain and he was a school teacher. And last day they put a bill on the beds, you know. So my bill was like about $20-$25 for the laundry. And his bill was like $500-$600 for the drinks he drank every day, you know.
Yeah. Radhe, we had fantastic range of drinks. Like Thali would start with Bloody Mary and then Macallan and all kinds of whiskeys, and every day they would give us a margarita, a new.
Once you are on the ship,
you were lucky.
Once you're on the ship, everything is covered. Even the gratuities for the
gratuity for the staff is also covered. So that's a, वो कहते हैं ना तेल तो तिलों से निकलेगा. They've already taken money from us, so why should they bother? If other cruises for a week or so will cost you $1,000, and here it was costing us $10,000 or $8,000, so naturally there's a difference.
Very nice trip.
Yeah, it sounds like, pretty, what do you call, adventurous trip. And people sometime, they may get kind of a little bit leery about that. Hey, how are we going to cross the Drake Passage and things like that? But when you get some encouragement from somebody who had been there, it's not that big a deal,
My big encouragement was Ross. He
You only have 30 minutes to go.
And he was 82-year-old and senior to me, and he was also an electrical engineer. And he came with his son, and he even ventured to stay overnight there on the island, on the mainland. Yes. 30 guys went there. They dug up a grave like a hole, and then they slept in their sleeping bags. So it was a very tough kind of a thing, you know, to spend at least 8-9 hours over
they
there.
called it camping out. So that's what they did. They went with a shovel, dug their hole, got into a sleeping bag, and slept the night there for $700.
$750, yes.
for that one night camping.
Yeah, they offered, you know, few excursions like that. And I don't know, some of them you might know that my daughter, she brought her ankle while skiing over there. And she had, like, they won't let her fly back, you know, with that kind of situation. And they had a doctor, and the doctor said, yeah, you have a broken ankle, you know, I don't have an X-ray machine, but you have to go to USA and get a cast put on that. But her whole ankle was like a eggplant, you know, all purple, you know, swollen and everything. And the greatest thing was that she still was able to do a polar plunge with her broken ankle.
And I know you went with her. You threw her in, right?
What's that?
Did you push her in?
No, I didn't go with her because she went a year earlier, and she was the one who encouraged me to go. She said, Dad, you have to go because you like that. So without her encouragement, I would not have made that trip, you know.
No, only Pilani guys did the pushing. I remember when I was in first year in Vyas Bhavan, Nathu pushed me into that Shiv Ganga, and I didn't know swimming. So that was the time, you know, I was so breathless, and then I started chopping my hands and feet, and then I just crossed the Ganga, Shiv Ganga. And that's it. That was the first day of my learning swimming. So Nathu was instrumental in that. So if I was there, I would have pushed Radhe in the polar plunge.
But if some of you guys are interested, you should make a trip. You know, you will enjoy that quite a bit.
Yeah, anyone who is interested can contact me. I can give them, because I did some research about this thing for about 6-7 years, so I know quite a lot, and I can help them, whether from India or from US or from anywhere. It's a trip very good for those who have a streak of adventure. First of all, it's not a fun trip like going to Las Vegas. So you must have a streak of adventure if you want to go over there, and if you can admire the natural beauty, the environment, and so many things, you know. Otherwise, everybody can't go to Mount Everest, you know. It's like that. So
Were there any
is a must.
Were there any surprises for you on the trip, or was it all as expected?
Yeah, there were 2-3 surprises. One surprise was meeting Kim and Shannon. They were our neighbors from Shrewsbury, and when they met me, and oh, it's a small world, and they hugged me, and that was a wonderful surprise. And another thing was that, well, the best surprise was that I came intact.
Well, good thing you bought a round trip ticket.
Yes.
And you had the normal digital camera, or
no, I had a normal Google
phone camera.
Phone camera only, yes. Even we took all the pictures through our phones only.
They were good pictures. They were good.
They were good. Yeah, this Google is a good for as far as camera is concerned. Google phone. 7.5 or
well, and also Thali is known for taking pictures everywhere.
Yes.
He takes good pictures.
Thali takes pictures, and
I'll show you my pictures when we get together.
Yeah. Okay, well, it was a great present.
Long for we took 2 days 2 nights to go and 2 nights to come back, and 7 nights over there. And I thought, you know, after 3 nights, we are seeing the same thing, same penguins, nothing much.
That's what I was asking.
There is one interesting thing about penguins, you know, because during this voyage, we learned a lot about penguins. As I told you, there are more than 5 million penguins, and the average weight is about 27 kgs. And the best thing is, about their poop. Frequency of poop is every 20 minutes.
And still there is no global warming there, huh?
Yes. There was one, what was that? Nico Harbor or something. There we could not stand because of the stench. So much of stench. Right,
Oh,
Thali,
yeah.
you remember that place?
Yeah, yeah.
It was
That was
full
a
of
place.
penguin poop
That
stench
was a
and
place.
too
Whole
much
bunch
of it.
of. Incidentally, the only food that they get over there is krill.
Krill.
And krill, K-R, no, what is it? How do you spell?
Krill, yes, sea krills,
Krill.
yes, that's what they.
And nowadays we get that krill oil at Costco and Sam's, you know.
Very expensive.
Very expensive. Each krill is about an inch long.
Yes.
And they produce about maybe 1 drop of oil, you know. But for the penguins, for the seals, for the whales, that's the only food that they get to eat. I had one picture where the krill had washed off on the shore. You know, I think we didn't get to see that one. You know.
Okay, well, thanks a lot, guys. Bhanjan and Thali, wonderful presentation. I think we all loved
Thank you
it.
for inviting me, first
Thank
of
you.
all.
Yes,
and
sure.
It's a pleasure
Yeah.
meeting you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bhanjan, Thali.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All the best. Thank you.
Thanks, Thali, Bhanjan.
Bye-bye,
Enjoyed.
guys.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Thank you.
Till we meet again.
Thanks, Shantanu.
Take care. Till next Tuesday.
Okay. Good night.
Good
night.
Good night.